look!
Listen.
Geese.
Why do you look like you're in so much pain?
I am in pain. Geese, I don't know what's wrong with my Fortnite gamer eyes, but I've had my contacts out all day, and I just put them in, so everything seems so strange. I mean, everything seems clear, but it's also small. I don't know if that... Yeah, that's the face I probably was expecting for that statement. I don't know, everything seems more compact. Like when when things are blurry, it's more spread like that. And when you have contacts in after not wearing them for a while, they're more compact. That doesn't seem to be making much sense for Geese. Hey, it's Look Listen with Geese and Guyera, and it's episode 19, the Thanksgiving special. And boy, do I have stories for you.
And everything is compact, and that's affecting you in a negative way?
No, it's just weird because I had them out of my eyes for so long. Several hours without being able to see. It was tough. Embarrassing just standing behind somebody at a self-checkout line trying to get some eye drops when a security guard finally said, there's other self-checkout machines right over here. And I went, oh, sorry, I can't see. I just didn't notice them over there.
Oh,
okay, Geese. But I was so excited to tell you this. I think it's related to Thanksgiving. So you know how I'm always talking about going to Dongles. And there's always all these elderly Koreans who just sit there and they drink they all have the small coffees and they just sit there and they talk. And there's like at least 15 of them. Oh, Geese, guess what happened yesterday?
What?
Oh my goodness gracious. 2 of the old ladies. I don't know what one of them said to the other, Geese, but they got in this big giant fight. Geese, these are like 80-something-year-old women throwing cups of coffee. They're yelling. They're screaming. They're trying to hold on to their little walkers, just fighting each other. And then like this older man came up to try and stop him and pull one of them away, but she kept batting him off. And the employees were trying to stop. The employees were trying to say, we got kids around here, but then they just couldn't stop laughing at these old people fighting each other. And the one girl just walked over to me and started talking to me about look. It was very amusing. I mean, there's coffee everywhere, Geese. They're trying to clean it up. They got their 1970s big old glasses, and their little 1960s little perfectly permed little hair. Oh, they got I'm so curious what one of them said to the other. What? But, it's like Thanksgiving when people fight in their families. They're getting to the Thanksgiving spirit on October 17th.
Man, what I would give for you to know Korean.
Oh, yeah. I know, I know that one. I suppose I wouldn't want to do this because I don't think it's a good thing for society. I could have recorded them and filmed them and then had somebody else translate it, but it seems embarrassing.
Yeah, I think you chose the right thing to do by not recording it.
There's a lot of people that record fights in public. I don't need to do that as well. So, Geese, why don't you tell the clambos why you want to do a Thanksgiving episode on middle of October?
I don't know. Well, we did Halloween, so now it's time for Thanksgiving. And next week we'll do Christmas.
Yep, next week's Christmas. And then, let's see, you could do New Year's, you could do Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day special would be amusing. Geese is going to dress up like a leprechaun.
Hold on real quick. I need to ask Aaron if he's taking his chicken pot pie out of the oven. Are you taking your chicken pot pie out of the oven? Is it done?
Yes.
Sick.
Is that it?
Yeah, I just want to make sure you didn't forget. You know what's wild?
That I'm dying?
Well, that, but also that Aaron got a bunch of Marie Callender, chicken pot pies.
Marie Callender, yeah.
Calendar, whatever.
Wait, it sounded like you were speaking French for a second there. Marie Callender.
And Aaron decided, instead of putting it in the microwave for 5 minutes, that he was going to put it in the oven for an hour and a half.
Hell
this
yeah.
tiny chicken pot pie.
Aaron putting Hot Pockets on the stove.
1 hour.
Give the people your reasoning. Also, I'm gonna show this pot pie to Guyera. Woo.
Microwaving a pot pie is peak sadness in cooking. You want that flaky, crispy crust, and you don't get that in a microwave. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Clambos, here's the story. My history with pot pie, very Thanksgiving related. I'm going to take you all back to the year 1994. Or somewhere around there. Maybe 93, maybe 95.
Pre-Geese.
Pre-Geese era. Okay, so I'm a little kid. I don't know nothing from nothing. There's a bunch of kids in this house. I believe the state I am in is Colorado, I believe. Playing Super Mario World. Lots of fun. I can't even beat the first castle level. Okay, there's a bunch of kids, and whoever the adult is in the house says, "Who wants pot pie?" And I get so excited because I think pie, what a delicious thing I could possibly eat. And I get all excited, Geese, and I run over to the table, and what am I served but a disgusting, to a little kid, disgusting, not delicious, sweet cherry pie, whatever, apple pie, what have you. And Geese, all the other kids, they eat their little pot pie and they're all happy, but to me it's super gross, and so I have to just sit there forever staring at it because I don't want to eat it, but I'll get in trouble if I don't. It was so traumatic.
We make pot pie all the time at my family's. And when we make it, we use like the extra crust that you take off because it doesn't cover the pan. And we mold it into our family initials. That's a fun Geese fact. Also, my favorite types of pies, I think, are all savory. I'm not a big pie person. The only sweet pies I like are banana cream pie, coconut cream pie.
I love pies.
What's your
Pies are so much better than cake. I remember for a while, the only thing I would be getting for my birthday would either be a birthday pie or a birthday ice cream cake, because cake does absolutely nothing for me.
Yeah, I'm
But
not a huge cake person either.
people throw around those words like it means nothing, though, because a cheesecake, that's nothing like a cake, but they put the word cake in there. So
I'm not a huge hot fruit person, so
hot fruit's so good. Oh my God, a peach cobbler? Geese, are you out of your mind?
Okay, look.
Oh
look.
God, a
I
cherry
will
cobbler? You
eat-
joking me? An apple brown Betty? Are you out of your gourd, Geese?
I will eat blueberry cobbler
Oh my God.
or peach cobbler hot.
Ice cream? Ice cream?
Only with ice cream. Only with ice cream.
Ooh.
I cannot
That's so
have it
good.
without ice cream.
That's weird. I mean, ice cream does, like some vanilla bean ice cream. Oh my goodness. That does increase the taste, but it's certainly not necessary. Oh my goodness gracious. Some nice
What's your
ice
favorite
cream
kind of pie?
and a hot cup of coffee. What's my favorite pie, you ask, Geese? Is that what I hear?
Yes,
What are you
Guyera.
doing with your fingers? What's going on? Are you casting a spell for November?
No.
Spooky, scary
I-
November?
I'm using a hair tie to attach the
Pop filter
filter thing. Yeah. And so I'm just taking my hair out of the hair tie.
Oh, crap. All right, what's the question? Favorite pie? It's a difficult question. We're talking strictly pie? We're not talking cobblers?
Yeah, strictly pie. So that means two
Peach
crusts.
pie. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, maybe this is cheating, but I like a little kind of a medley pie. So a pie that's got some cherries and some peaches in it and other things.
I don't think that's cheating. Why would that be cheating?
I don't know, Geese. You make the rules. You tell me why that's cheating. Ooh, you know what's also good? Rhubarb pie. Although every rhubarb
Ooh.
pie I've had also has
Strawberry.
strawberry. Thank you. Strawberry rhubarb. A bebop, a rebop, a rhubarb pie. You know what that's from?
I do like rhubarb pie. I will say that.
Geese, do you know what that's from?
No.
I thought you listened to NPR at some point in your life.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was about to say at some point in your miserable life.
God.
It just felt, I don't know.
Wait, I forgot to ask, but is your body failing beyond your Fortnite eyes? Or is that it?
Yeah, I mean, just feel like I'm dying because I'm getting all this acne and I'm trying everything I can. Well, let's be realistic. I'm not doing the best with changing my diet at all, but I'm getting all this acne. I'm getting bad eye troubles. What else? What else? My problem, my big issues. I guess those are the big ones. Stinky armpits.
Stinky.
Geese, I was thinking about it in the shower the other day. I thought, you know what? I could solve probably 60 to 80% of all my maladies if I could just crank down the sweat. I bet if I could crank down my sweat production, I would get rid of acne problems or stinky problems or so many different little issues I have. because the
Yeah.
sweat just exacerbates all these little issues. And yeah, that's what I need to do. Just the whole body. Let's get the sweat down to a minimum, and then I'll be good to go. Stop the oil in the hair.
I have a question in regards to the acne. My question for you is, are you moisturizing your face after you wash it?
No, I never have in my
Well,
life.
there's your issue.
I was thinking about getting moisturizers because my skin's so dry lately on my face. That's never happened to me before.
Well, no wonder you're breaking out. Your face is overcompensating by the fact that it's so dry.
Get all these crispy, gross little skin. But you got to tell me what moisturizer to get.
I use like the cheapest stuff I can find, like Olay for like sensitive skin because it's less oily and it has SPF 15 in it. And you can get that at like any drugstore or like grocery store or Amazon.
When I was a teenager, I had terrible acne and none of the like little pads ever worked. So I had to get Accutane. But I thought that was all over with. I thought that period of my life was over. But now here I am with the acne again. It's so disheartening getting more and more acne. And I've tried different things, like I was enjoying my nice warm showers because it's getting colder, but now I can't do hot water on my face because that opens the pores more and it lets them get more acne. So I'm getting just cold water back on the face. And it's just so annoying getting like new pimples in new places. Ugh, hate it so much.
I think moisturizer will really help you.
I'll have to try it. Why don't we discuss what we have been watching, playing, eating, listening to this week in our watching, playing, eating, listening shenanigans segment this week, the week of October 18th for episode 19, the Thanksgiving special, which we still are watching an episode of Pokemon. Clambos, full disclosure, as Geese says, I gave one suggestion to Geese for an episode we could watch, and she never said yes or no, but apparently she watched it, so I guess we're good. We're going to discuss an episode of Pokemon that I think it's a good discussion. Geese, why don't you tell me what you've been watching lately?
So Aaron and I watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes of Severance.
It's good.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it a lot. I was telling Aaron this, the way that the show is shot, the aesthetics of it, it's so interesting because like that's how everything looks like in my dreams.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh God, I would kill to be on a show like Severance. You did say Severance, right? And you didn't accidentally say Succession? Because a lot of people are doing
Severance.
That. Severance is the writing is so good, and it's such a good premise for a show. That whole first few episodes, I just couldn't stop thinking, oh God, finally a smart and clever idea for television. Oh, it's so good. And it's so much fun for the actors to get to play 2 different characters. So sick to me. So sick. Was that the only show you've watched?
I honestly don't remember the last time we recorded, but we also finished She-Hulk, which I was less enthusiastic about the ending.
I'm lost at this point in terms of canon. I don't understand how this now loops in. I guess when you have a universe that's now comprised of multiverses and millions of them, it doesn't actually matter at all. But spoilers, skip ahead 30 seconds if you don't want to hear this. But the ending of like, she's actually in a Disney Plus show. So what does that mean for all the people that died from Thanos and stuff? They're not real. They're just television characters and movie characters.
It's also like more pertinent to the show is like you're just gonna like throw away all the stuff you like developed in this season. Like none of that has any point if you're just gonna throw it away. You know, what are we doing here, guys?
What are we doing? Guys, there's some good ideas. Overall, not the biggest fan of it. Geese, what is Over the Garden Walls? Wall?
Oh,
singular?
So every year since the show came out, and I think 2014, 13, I watched this show like annually during fall. It's a mini series of 10 mini episodes. I think each episode is like 11 minutes. So it was a Cartoon Network miniseries that they made in 2014 and follows these 2 brothers that get lost in the woods during Halloween. It's just very funny and cozy. It has great music, but if you have HBO, you can watch it, and I highly recommend everyone watch it.
everyone go watch Over the Garden Wall. I got it.
It's very cute and it's really well animated. And what's his face is in it?
Ooh, what's his face? That's pretty sick. He's my favorite.
Elijah Wood.
Oh. All right, Geese. I watched in Marvel news, speaking of Marvel, Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, I saw that was a thing on Disney Plus, but like I have no idea what that is.
Neither did I. Although, to be fair, every single Marvel property at this point, because they're going deeper into the barrel. That's not the phrase. Deeper into the well. Maybe that's the phrase.
Mine.
Sure. But they're these characters that unless you were a big comic book fan, you would have never heard of.
Big nerd.
Big old nerd. Sophocles over here. I didn't even realize it had come out. I thought it would come out around Halloween or something. But by the time I started watching it, it had already been out for a week. And I would only watch it at night, so I'd get real sleepy and fall asleep during it. But so it took me about 3 nights to get through it. But it was still really good, real interesting. It's all in black and white, but, you know, they do neat stuff with it. Very fun tone to it. I haven't seen anything in the Marvel universe like this before. It's very much like an R-rated, M-rated thing, so you can't get this in little kids' Disney Plus version. You have to click the box that says, please show me adult things, because there's like gore and things. It's a horror show. It's a short. I don't think there's more than just the one. Because I wouldn't call it a movie. I wouldn't call it a show. It's just like a special, like a little special. But after watching it, I did look it up, and it's based off of some Marvel property called Werewolf by Night that has, I think, started. Maybe there was a run of comics in the 70s or something, and then they rebooted it in like 2005. Those numbers are probably way off, but you get what I'm saying. An older one and a newer reboot. Yeah, it was interesting.
Is it like Werewolf by Night, like Dentist by Day? Like, what's his day job?
I don't want to spoil. If I told you, it would spoil the show, I think.
Can I guess?
And then what? I just don't react?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You want me to react non-verbally so you know, but the clambos don't know? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and start your guessing game.
Mortician, actor, theater manager.
You're going down this line for some reason. It's not getting you anywhere.
Well,
Geese, they're going to know if you get it right, because I'm going to stop saying no and you're going to stop guessing. So you have to keep guessing as you get it right.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
God, how long are we going to be here?
That'll be good. Hold on, let me think of more occupations. Librarian, minor.
Actually, the answer is tough because I don't really know. I mean, Geese, I can't. I'd spoil it if I tell you.
Uber driver.
It's not Uvu Javer.
Sailor.
Maybe he rides a boat. I don't know.
Mechanic.
All right, Geese. we can't continue.
I want to know.
Okay, do you want me to just tell you and then I'll cut it out? Do you want me to
Yeah.
spoil the show?
I don't care.
Oh my God. I also went to go see a film in the theaters. The name of that film is Amsterdam. Now, when I first saw the trailer for Amsterdam, I thought it looked really interesting and I thought it was going to be a really, really good movie. If that is all I had seen, I would have been disappointed with the film, because I don't think it's terrible, but it's not as good as the trailer was, as the trailer led me to believe it was going to be. But prior to actually watching the movie, I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score was obscenely low. Like, from actual critics, it was like 20%, 30%. And I thought, what on earth? Because this is the same guy that did Silver Linings Playbook and American Hustle, I think's the name of it. Those are good movies. The movie was much better than what critics led me to believe, but not as good as the previews led me to believe. So very middle of the road movie there. I didn't read the reviews because I didn't want to get spoiled on what happens in the movie. Wasn't a great movie, but it was all right. And then Geese, House of Dragon is so good. I can't stand it. Geese, I think it's better than Game of Thrones. I know it's crazy to say.
Wow.
Big wow.
Big wow.
And then
Speaking
Geese,
of werewolves. No, go Guyera.
You say big werewolves?
I said speaking of werewolves.
And then my final thing I watched this week was yesterday. I watched Halloween Ends, which my ranking is that is much better than Halloween Kills, which was the most recent Halloween film. But Not as good as the original 1978 Halloween, and also not as good as 2018 Halloween, just because, okay, look.
Listen.
The story they tell in Halloween Ends is interesting. I thought, oh, cool, that's a neat direction to go. But at the end of the day, it still shares too much campy silliness from kills, whereas the original Halloween and 2018 Halloween, the suspension of disbelief is way easier. Like, it's just, those are more realistic movies. And I know we're talking about like a supernatural killer kind of guy. It's just a little bit too much stuff that is unbelievable, but I still managed to enjoy myself. Whereas Halloween Kills was such a bummer watching that because of how good 2018 Halloween was. And Halloween Kills was just a comedy, and it really stunk. I didn't used to feel this way, I think, when I was younger, but these days I'm way more into the idea that, man, when you put out something that's not fantastic, you really just harm your entire series. Maybe that's not a great way to look at life. Maybe it's better to take risks and potentially have less than spectacular products in the hopes that you produce something that's new and unique and different and really good. But I can't stop myself from feeling, man, this series would have been way better if you just stopped at 2018. If you would just have the original and 2018, Halloween would be an impeccable series. But because you made sequels that aren't as good, now it just taints the whole thing. Oh well.
When was the last time you watched the first Halloween?
I watched it right before the reboot sequel, so 2018.
Speaking of werewolves.
Why do you keep bringing up werewolves? Geese, I was the one werewolves.
Speaking of werewolves, Guyera, do you know the news for the Fortnite update?
Somebody said airplanes.
Yeah, I can't find anything about airplanes. I don't know what they were talking about, but because it's Fortnite mirrors, there's a thing and you can turn into werewolf and you can use melee attacks.
But that's all I ever wanted was melee attacks.
I know, that's why I'm telling you.
That's a good thing to tell me. Geese, you have no idea how unstoppable I would be in a video game with melee. That's every game I've ever played competitively, like Uncharted 3 or Killzone or something. They had really good melee attacks, like you could sneak up behind somebody, melee, and kill them. Geese, I'm so good at melee because people don't melee often, so they're not expecting it, and I always win. That's how I like getting kills in like Halo, is with melee attacks. It's my favorite. So if they would just give me good melee, oh, goodness gracious. Like a real good melee attack? You joking me? That
So,
seems like I'd love shotguns, huh?
Yeah. So apparently, like, you can do these attacks through these claws that you equip, and you can do slashes, and there's one thing where you can, like, track enemies nearby.
It's like they were listening to my Discord calls, Geese. And they said,
Oh,
all right,
no.
just for you.
Just for Guyera.
What other games have you played, Geese, other than Fortnite?
I've been playing Grounded with some of our friends, which is the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids game where you play as like one of 4 kids and you try to survive in someone's backyard. It's fun. I'd say that the game definitely needs some UI and usability improvements. The menu and like how the inventory works is just super whack and makes no sense.
Super whack.
Super whack. But other than those issues, it's been pretty fun. It'd be a lot more fun if it was easier to play.
Way to go, developers of Grounded, whoever you are.
Obsidian.
Obsidian? Really?
Yeah.
Huh. They made a good South Park game.
Other than Grounded, I'm also playing this idle game called Cats and Soup.
Kittens with stew.
Where you have cats that make soup. And it's really good looking and cute, but there's so many ads.
Well, because you want the prizes from the ads, right?
Well, yeah, I know. I've unlocked so many cats that it's just getting so overwhelming, the amount of cats I have. So I just haven't played in a while.
Well, it sounds like you've gotten a lot of other people into Cats with Soup.
I think
What's it called? Cats and Soup? Cats in Soup?
Yeah, cats. No.
You can't just say yes after I give you 2 options.
Cats and soup. The cats are not in the soup.
Cats and Soup. She's shaking her head, yes. All right, Geese. Same old for me. Playing more Yakuza 7. It's funny because I'm getting to things where I go, oh, I remember Aaron playing this. Playing more Fortnite with the gamers a little bit. And clambos, maybe this is better suited for Poke News of the Week, but you better... time's a wasting, time's of the essence, so I better mention it now. Get your behinds over to GameStop for your codes for Volcanion and Genesect, because GameStop has codes. Those are 2 mythicals, so you can't just catch those in a game. You better get them now. So clearly I've been playing Pokemon Sword and Shield to get those guys, and Pokemon Go to get the shiny Litwicks for the big community day. So I got the whole line shiny. Geese, what have you been eating?
I've had more sweet and spicy meatballs.
That's all you eat is sweet and spicy meatball subs, Geese.
But also, Aaron made a really good Mediterranean pan chicken with chickpeas and carrots. It was so yummy. And Aaron's gonna make
Yum,
chili
yum.
sometime soon. He made chili like a couple weeks ago, but we're having chili again. And had a Starbucks pumpkin spice frappuccino, which I haven't had in probably like 5 years. It was good.
I like the pumpkin cold brew. Pumpkin cream cold brew.
Yeah, I saw that. I should have tried that too.
Just a regular frappuccino these days, I doubt I'd be able to do. Unless you pumped
They're
like
so
a ton of
sweet.
if you pumped a ton of espresso shots in there, maybe I could do it. But just a regular sweet thing, I don't know. When I wore a younger man's shoes,
What?
that's a phrase. It's from the song, right? When I
The
wore a younger
song?
man's clothes. Yeah, you know the song. Geese knows the song. She's lying. Anyway, when I was younger, a teenager or something, I enjoyed the blackberry green tea frappuccino. That was my
Ooh.
jam. This was before I
Oh
drank
my-
coffee.
I remember when they had like a coconut frappuccino. It was so good.
Coconut? I don't remember that at
like-
all.
It had coconut in it. I don't know.
I would imagine if it was a coconut frappuccino, it had coconut.
Look, okay.
Look. All right, let me talk about what I ate. I ate some delicious cocoa ichibanyas. Oh my God, Geese, it was so sick because here's what happened. Guess what happened? I ordered my omelet, my curry omelet, and I decided today, I believe I'll have some thin sliced beef or gyudon, even though I normally get chicken cutlet. I think I'll try some thin sliced beef today. It's taken a little while for my curry to come out. I'm looking at the time thinking, man, what's the holdup? Finally, she brings over the curry omelet, and Geese, it's packed to the brim with thin sliced beef and chicken cutlet. And she's like, oh, they accidentally put chicken cutlet in there. Do you want this? You just want me to make a new one? And I said, oh, I'll eat that. Oh, yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all. So I got double food. Very delicious. Very exciting.
Do they like know you there?
Oh, Geese,
Are you-
yes, big time. Geese, you're joking me. Oh my God, do they ever? Yeah, they accidentally put some chicken cutlet in there. Who's to say? But yeah, I mean, every time they got a new merch drop, I'm always getting the new merch. So they know me. Big time regular. Okay, Geese, here's the thing. The next thing I ate was a bunch of Five Guys burgers and fries. Now, Geese, do I normally eat Five Guys burgers and fries? No, because you have to take out a second mortgage to eat. But guess what I found out through an Instagram ad? You can eat Five Guys burgers and fries for free, basically, by just signing up to be a mystery shopper, and then they reimburse you for the money and give you like $10. So that's what I've been doing to eat at Five Guys burgers and fries.
Wait, what? Mystery shopper?
You know about mystery shopping, right? Where people like go shop somewhere or go eat some food, and then after they eat it, they fill out a little survey. You know what a mystery shopper is.
Oh, I want to do that.
Okay, I'll give you a link. But that's how I've been able to afford Five Guys burgers and fries. I'm getting kind of sick of Five Guys burgers and fries, though. And then Geese, the nacho fries are back at Taco Bell. So that means I'm eating tons of Taco Bell and pumping my burritos full of those fries. But Geese,
Never
they're
had them. I've never had them.
Oh, they're all right.
Oh, okay. You're really like,
yeah, I mean,
me up.
You'll probably love them. I don't know. But Geese, this time around, their big deal is, we're introducing this new sauce, this new spicy sauce. You're going to love it. They call it truff sauce. It's actually not made by
What?
Taco Bell. It's like a third party company that puts out this sauce that I think is supposed to be pretty expensive because it's like truffle sauce or something. Geese, I hated it. It tasted so gross to me.
Oh.
Mine went right in the trash. But luckily, I got it for free because I just wanted it on the side. I didn't want it in the burrito because I knew disliking it was a distinct possibility. So I asked for it on the side, and they couldn't find it in the computer, so they ended up just giving it to me for free. So crisis averted. Oh my goodness. Geese, yesterday, I think it was yesterday. Okay, you know how I've told you before, Geese, right? That you can, at Taco Bell, every single receipt prints off with a little barcode at the bottom. You can put in that barcode and get the points for free food at Taco Bell. Oh my God, Geese. I was walking yesterday and I saw a receipt on the ground and it was flipped over. So I kicked it over with my foot. And Geese, it was a $25 order. And I got so many points. I was so excited.
Sick.
Geese.
I love how excited you get from finding trash on the ground. You're like a little raccoon.
Imagine how excited that raccoon be getting a full nachos Bel Grande. Oh my God. Because that's what that receipt is. It's a full nachos Bel Grande and then some.
Wow.
All right, Geese. We've come to our favorite part of the show, which is a combination of Poke News of the Week and reporter somebody. Do you have a new character to give me and a weather report for me to do the report of the week?
So I can give you a character to do, so I don't have to do it?
Yeah, because you don't like doing it, but I can't
I
let
don't
reporter Geese
like
Peep die.
doing it.
Do you want me to do Poke News of the Week while you find a character in city?
I have a city.
Okay.
Can you do like the Swedish chef?
Probably not. That's you can't speak English with that voice. You're gonna end up making me offend somebody. I don't know.
What about Kermit the Frog?
Kermit? No, I can't do it, Kermit. Come on now. Kermit the Frog here. Geese, let me build up to the reporter character. Let me go over. Oh my God, Geese, look how cute the picture I put in our doc is. Oh my God. Okay, Geese. We got big news in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We've got the introduction. You better watch that trailer. We got the introduction of a new gym leader. Her name is Iono. It's supposed to be like Ion because she's electric type. And Iono, like I don't know. And they introduced a new Pokemon named Bellybolt. He's a big old electric frog with some goofy things that look like eyes, but those are actually just electric sacs. And his real eyes are tiny little guys in front of his nose or something. No. In between the things that look like eyes are eyes. Oh my God, Geese. Also, in leaks news, we've got a lot of leak stuff, but I don't really want to get into that. But let's just say I'm very, 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 very excited for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Geese, we're only a month away. It's 30 days away, and oh my God, I'm losing it. And listen, Clambos, I'm going to need all of your help on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm not going to say why, but we need to work together to beat things in that game. Oh my God, Geese. Do you remember I was telling you about Shiny Eternatus and how difficult it was to get at GameStop because they ran out of those codes right away?
Mm-hmm.
Well, our boys over at GameStop Germany, these great fine people, allow you to get shiny codes just over the internet. You just put in your email. That's how I got one of these Zarudes, the mythical from Sword and Shield. But I can't get their gosh darn website to work. I even used VPNs like the people suggested. Just can't get it to work. So, oh well. Oh my God, that picture is so cute. This picture is of a little tiny baby Pikachu, but an alpha Pichu from Legends Arceus. So the Pichu is way bigger than the Pikachu, and it's just really cute. All right, Geese, give me some more options for character to weather report as, and I will tell you which one I like.
Tim Rogers.
Boku no Natsuyasumi. That's all I could do. Taco Tico. And, oh my God, Geese. So you know how I refill? Oh, it's Community Day Evolved Snivy. Whenever we record it this time on Tuesday, it overlaps with Pokemon Go Spotlight Hour. So hopefully there's not a good one going on right now. But Geese, so you know how I have empty gallons that I refill across the street at the water machine that filters the water? Geese, I need my water bottles to have handles so I can easily hold them and carry them and reuse them. And Walgreens used to have their nice brand water bottle with a fantastic handle. But Geese, I went to like 5 stores today and none of them had any good water bottles with a good handle. they're always like really cheap, terrible handles and really terrible plastic quality where you can't really reuse it. Oh, it was terrible. So what I ended up having to do today, I had to buy a gallon of Arnold Palmer just to reuse that for water. So silly.
Well, did you drink the Arnold Palmer?
No, I poured it in. I mean, I'll probably drink it later, but I poured it into the other gallon I had, but the handle broke off. I don't hold it against that bottle because I've had that bottle for a long time, so I know the handle pops off eventually, but it did a good job. It served its purpose for a long, long time.
Pour one out.
Pour one out for the gamers, yes. But now, once I drink the Arnold Palmer that's in there, I can just throw out the whole thing. Whereas the Arnold Palmer has the handle built into the thing, so it can't really pop off. So we should be good. We should be good. Geese, before we get into our Pokemon episode today, Clambos, I am so sorry I didn't tell any of you what episode it is, but we'll find out shortly. Let's hop into the episode. Episode 38. We start in Matcha City and Psyduck's getting some water at a fountain. Misty's holding up Psyduck, and Brock and Ash are going to town on some onigiri, and Pikachu's sleepy, and he turns into an old man.
What? Why did you choose this episode for the Thanksgiving episode?
Man, Geese, my big joke didn't work. You were supposed to say, that's not the episode I watched. I guess you weren't listening to what I was saying.
No, I was. I was about to ask that, but I figured you were doing a joke.
I actually did start watching the wrong episode, and it wasn't until later that I realized.
Discovered on Wikipedia that the original episode before this is no longer shown because of it caused seizures.
You didn't know about this?
No.
This was the biggest Pokemon news in the world. This was the biggest news. This was before anybody in the United States knew about Pokemon.
I was 1 year old.
Geese, that's the episode I started watching, was Electric Soldier Porygon. Okay, Clambos, if any of you are youngsters, settle down and listen up. Poor Porygon has got such a bad rap because really it's all Pikachu's fault, but in the anime that aired in Japan way before Pokemon ever came here, on all the news stations they reported on this, Pikachu does this at the climax of the episode Electric Soldier Porygon, which is one episode before the episode we watched. Pikachu does this big electric attack in I think it's like a cyberspace zone or something, but he does this big electrical attack at Porygon or a bunch of Porygons, and it flashes red and blue really quickly for way too long, and it sent so many kids to the hospital. It gave so many kids seizures. There's a lot of anime that does stuff like that, but yeah, when I started watching, I should have realized I was watching the incorrect episode when there was a big giant warning at the front of it that said, "Warning, this will give seizures. Be careful." Clearly, it never aired in the United States because they didn't want to give kids more seizures. But yeah, it was on the news of all the American stations reporting on all the Japanese kids in the hospital. Did you not see the video that was spread around recently of the reporting on it and the way they pronounce Pikachu, all hilarious like?
No, I did not.
I'll have to send it to you. Look it up, everybody. It's very funny.
Regardless, why did you pick this episode for our Thanksgiving episode?
Because it's a good episode from the original, or of all time. It's an all-timer. The idea of this episode is that Pikachu, all the kids find this big forest full of Pikachu, and this is early enough on in the show where Ash thinks to himself, oh, I guess Pikachu would be happier without me, sort of like the Butterfree situation. So he actually leaves Pikachu to live with these Pikachu and then carry on his adventure without him. Spoilers, that doesn't happen, as you can probably tell by the rest of the anime. But I think it fits the themes of Thanksgiving, the idea of like friendship and family and what's more important and how they are kind of family, even though Ash doesn't think so. You know, they love each other. So it's like that, because there's people out there who don't necessarily have a fun time hanging out with their family. They have more fun with their friends. You know, people always say you don't choose your family, you choose your friends, that kind of thing. I think it kind of fits. Also that, and
Fair
it's
enough.
real tough to find anything, Geese, because Thanksgiving is not a Japanese holiday. So we're set for Halloween and we're set for Christmas, but Thanksgiving, you gotta really, you gotta stretch. You gotta, what's the word, Geese? You gotta reach. There you go.
Reach?
Yeah. That's a reach. Thanksgiving episode is tough.
Well, now that we've established those parameters, let's jump right into it.
Let's jump right on in.
So in English, the episode is Pikachu's Goodbye, and which is translated from the Japanese Forest of Pikachu. Do you want to say the Japanese title?
Yeah, didn't I write it down? Well, I know the Japanese. It should be Pikachu no Mori, right?
Yep, that's it.
Where did I write that down?
I don't know, but I posted a screenshot from the Wikipedia in the doc.
Oh, yeah, it says it on there too. Clambos, if any of you play Animal Crossing, you'll know, or you may be aware of the fact that its Japanese title is Dobotsu no Mori, Animal Forest. So very easy to translate this episode for the Pikachu Forest. Now, as far as the the number of this episode, it gets real tough because we've already got 2 banned episodes in English with Porygon and Inflatable Breast James. Geese, this is a good episode if you ask me. I think it's kind of sweet. We open on a beautiful forest. We see a beautiful waterfall. And it's funny, I started just seeing the image. I immediately wrote down beautiful forest. And then the narrator calls it a beautiful forest. I thought, oh, I did great. That is very much a beautiful forest. We see Pikachu. He's climbing up trees, getting some little berries or fruit. And we see Misty and Brock, and they're just relaxing. And Ash is Tarzan / George of the Jungle, Geese. He's just flying around the jungle.
He is George of the Jungle because he crashes into a tree.
He did not watch out for that tree, Geese.
And George of the Jungle came out in 97, so it makes sense that they were referring to that movie.
Now, hang on. Hang on, Geese. What year did it come out in Japan, this episode?
98.
You sure?
I literally posted the screenshot from Wikipedia.
That the Wikipedia says that JP aired it? Oh, yeah, there it is. I mean, Geese, you know George of the Jungle is an older property than that, right? From like the 60s or 70s.
I know. I'm just saying that it's like relevant then because of the movie.
The movie? Anyway, Ash hits his little head, and I think that's
a good movie.
It's a whatever. It's a big George of the Jungle fan. Number 1 George of the Jungle head over here, Geese Beef. Brendan Fraser, number 1 stan. She's got a tattoo on her back of his face.
He's a himbo. I love him.
People do love him now these days. I think they feel bad for him too, because I think he lost like a lot of money in some bum deal through some divorce or something. I'm not sure. I don't know. Geese, I think when Ash hits his head, he spooks a Pikachu somewhere in the forest because Ash's Pikachu notices another little Pikachu hanging out in the bushes, and Pikachu waves to him. He's like, hey, Pika Pika. But the other Pikachu gets spooked real quick and sprints off. Then we see the title of the episode.
There's a lot of Pikachus.
So Pikachu goes chasing after this little Pikachu he found, and then the kids go chasing after Pikachu. Ash's Pikachu. There's so many Pikachus. I need a nickname for Ash's Pikachu. In my notes, I wrote AP, but when speaking English into a microphone,
Pika Prime.
Pika Prime. I guess that is the same number of syllables. But anyway, they all find a giant Pikachu community in the forest. And Geese, we got big Pikachus. We got little Pikachus. We once again reached something that would very much be retconned by today's standards. Yes. What am I getting at, Geese? When was this episode released?
98.
Which was before who came out in the video games?
Oh, the little one? The small one?
In this forest, we have all these tiny baby Pikachus, like Pikachu that are way smaller than Ash's Pikachu. Now, since Legends Arceus, we do have the idea, and actually Pokemon Go and some other games like Let's Go, you have the idea of like, oh, this is a really small version of this Pokemon, or this is a really big version of this Pokemon. But the thing is, they were clearly trying to say that Pikachu was a baby when a baby Pikachu would actually be a Pichu. So this is before Pichu came out, so it would be retconned by today. I mean, I guess you could say that, oh no, this little community is only after you evolve from a Pichu. You could, if you really wanted to grasp at straws or something.
I like how they animated the wild Pikachus to have like scrawny hair to distinguish them from Prime Pikachu.
They all walked on their four little legs, unlike Pikachu, who walks on his like 2 legs.
Sometimes Pikachu walks on 4 legs.
But it's weird because those are hands. Those are clearly hands. Pikachu's always holding stuff and sipping on juice and using ketchup. But the wild Pikachu make it look more like feet than hands. What's that face, Geese?
I mean,
Dogs aren't
What are you trying
holding
to
juice
say?
with their paws.
But Pikachu is based on a rat, and rats hold things with their hands.
Well, he's based on a pika. I guess so. So rats run on their little hands? I've never really looked
Yeah.
at a little rat before.
Have you ever watched Ratatouille? The rat documentary?
So they run that fast just with the hands? Wouldn't that hurt?
No.
You call those hands?
I don't call them hands.
No, I'm
You're the one that
asking,
calls
what are
hands.
they really called? What are they called?
They're legs. It's their front legs.
And they hold things with front legs?
Yes.
That's so strange. Because, yeah, they do nibble. They're doing that with legs?
What are arms but legs, if you think about it?
I appreciate the not adding any extra words. What are arms but legs?
It's just a thought question, Just think about it, man.
What are arms but legs? All right, so we're in the Pikachu forest. These Pikachu are really suspicious of Ash's Pikachu, the tamed, owned by a trainer Pikachu. But there's one Pikachu Geese that isn't afraid. It's tiny little baby Pikachu, and he approaches Pikachu, and Geese, what do with their little tails?
They do a tail shake.
It's cute. Like a little handshake, but where the Pikachu put their little zigzaggy tails together and it connects perfectly and they shake their little tails.
Or as Guyera would call it, a leg shake.
No, that's a tail, Geese. That's clearly not a leg or a hand.
I'm saying because you don't think rats have hands.
You don't think you said their legs. I think they're hands. Somebody Google rat and show me a picture. God, they wear little gloves. You've never seen Mickey Mouse, Geese? He's got shoes and gloves.
Mickey's a mouse.
What's the difference? One's bigger.
Rats are bigger.
Rats are bigger. So you telling me mice have hands, but rats have feet?
No, they both have feet.
Oh.
I had a friend in college who trained her pet rats to steal money from wallets.
That sounds like you were in bed with criminals.
Yeah.
Convict Geese. Oh, I forgot to mention how cute baby Pikachu was, sniffing Ash's Pikachu. Very cute. So after the baby Pikachu and Ash's Pikachu get together, the rest of the Pikachu decide, oh, maybe he's not so bad after all, and they start to approach. But then, oh my goodness gracious, Geese, Ash and the kids show up and they get scared again. It's kind of funny because Ash, does he do this in English? In Japanese, he's like, oh, I want to be friends too. He just stomps in there. Please let me be your friend. And the Pikachu were not having it. Misty and Brock then have to explain to Ash that he was making them all spooked. They're not used to humans. We're pretty deep into this beautiful forest. Nobody ever comes all the way out here, Geese. Geese, what you looking at? The ceiling?
What?
You looking at the wall?
No, I'm
That's
just
something
looking
cool?
at the Chromecast. It's not on right now, so it's just cycling through different photos. It's the beach right now.
So sick. Yeah, I don't normally keep my TV turned on while I'm doing this. It seems pointless.
I like to look at the photos, Guyera.
Imagine you're at a beach. Brock says we gotta leave him be, but all this time a little Pikachu's listening from a tree. And Geese, what happens to the Pikachu? He's in the
Falls
tree.
out of the tree and lands in the water, and the water's moving fast. And oh no, there's a waterfall.
It's a fast-moving river, Geese. Oh my goodness gracious, what's gonna happen? Pikachu runs to go save this other Pikachu. God, the Pikachu. Ash's Pikachu goes to run and save the Pikachu in the water. Pikachu Prime goes to save the Pikachu in the water, in the river. And then all the other Pikachus come help too from the forest, and they all link together with their little tails and their little feet and their little hands to save all the Pikachu. And they miraculously do not fall off the waterfall. They all make it out in the end. The Pikachu, I don't know if it's Ash's Pikachu or the Pikachu he saved, but one of them is kind of like not all with it. Like they're still laying there. He's alive, don't get me wrong, but maybe he's still unconscious. Ash starts to approach them, but then Brock stops him because Brock is intelligent. And then finally, Geese, all the Pikachus wake up, and then all the Pikachus in the forest Pikachus give Ash's Pikachu an apple out of gratitude, and they all do a big hip hip hooray, throwing in the air. They pick them up and throw them with their feet. It's a wonderful celebration with the Pikachu. But Geese, who on earth could be watching this all unfold in a bush.
Team Rocket. And they're in a tree, not
That's
a bush.
correct, Geese. I thought it was a tree at first, but it turns out it was a bush.
No, it's the other way around.
Ah! Man, Geese's Chromecast must be incredible because she's staring at that like a dog watching a gopher.
It's showing Monument Valley right now.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
I like to look at the Chromecast pictures and see all the places I've been, and I've been there.
That's so sick. Team Rocket, of course, has the brilliant idea, let's steal all the Pikachus. What else is new? Geese, we cut to nighttime, and the Pikachus are doing this strange song and dance ritual. But the music in Japanese is very good. It sounds like a mix between the Goron City theme from Ocarina of Time and like some Final Fantasy music somewhere between Final Fantasy 8 and 10. Very sick. What do you remember what it sounds like in English?
Pika, 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 pop.
Wait, did they just do the Jigglypuff song?
It sounds a lot like the Jigglypuff song.
That's too bad, because it's sick as all get out in Japanese.
Or wait, maybe I'm misremembering.
Maybe Geese's misremembers. Then we cut to the kids, and Brock's going on about how it must be nice for Pikachu to be around his own kind for once. But Geese, when Brock says this, what happens with Ash?
He's like, oh, okay.
Geese, he grows concerned, and he starts thinking about Pikachu being happier with the Pikachus and not happier with him, and he's real sad looking, and they're eating around the campfire, and Brock and Misty are just going on about how delicious the food is, but then they say, Ash, what's wrong? Do you not like the food? And he says, no, I'm okay. And then we see the fire start to die out, and we hear some really good music, and we see Brock and Misty sleeping, snoozing away. But Ash is still staring at the little tiny remnants of the fire. He sees a vision of Pikachu in a Pikachu paradise. And there's a full moon out, and the wind blows the rest of the campfire out. And then, Geese, we hear screams of all bunch of Pikachu. And then there's 80s action movie music in Japanese, and it's real sick. And everybody runs over to the sounds of the screams. And oh my goodness, all the Pikachu are in a big giant net. And Team Rocket turns on these floodlights in this dark forest. Geese, I'm going to keep it real with you. This is scary in Japanese. Because it wasn't like the combination of the music they use and the animation style of the time really gave it way more stakes than your average Team Rocket encounter would in the decades since then. It seemed really serious and scary to me. And they do their opening little intro in the darkness in the forest. Very spooky. Jesse James, Musashi Kojiro. In English, did they say that Team Rocket has 35 million fans?
No.
I'm wondering.
They just say that, like, we're back. Our fans demand it or something like that. They don't say a number.
That number I found interesting because I was trying to think, did they pull that number out of...
Oh, wait. They say thank you to our fans for loyalty and support.
I'm curious if that number 35 million has any significance. Like that's the number of people who watch the Pokemon show or something. That number seems big. I mean, Pokemon was enormous at the time. Maybe that was like the number of people who watched the show in Japan. I don't know. That's a huge number. Anyway, Pikachu just tries to destroy the net, but of course it's already electric proof. This may be the first instance of anti-electric proof net because everybody seems surprised that it exists, even though that's what they always do.
Jesse says that it's made with environmentally friendly materials.
And then Brock calls her out on that and says, how is that even possible? And then I think her argument falls apart in Japanese. Pikachu just tries to destroy the net. And then Team Rocket nets Ash, Brock, and Misty. Oh my god.
But wait.
Wait.
Jesse says to James right before he's going to net the twerps, James, why don't you check our website before putting them in the net?
Oh my god. That was not in Japanese. I don't even think it would work in Japanese because I don't know if they call it the net. And even if they did, that's not the word for net in Japanese. So come on, guys. Come on with your football jokes, you American localized.
No, it's like internet.
No, I get the joke, Geese. What do you think I thought it meant?
I don't know.
All right. So Team Rocket goes up into the sky in their Meowth air balloon. They got all the Pikachu, and the Pikachu can't electrify themselves out, but luckily they're smart enough to just all start chewing the net. So they start chewing the net to escape. Meowth notices that they're chewing the net to escape, and Team Rocket starts to freak out. And Ash's Pikachu manages to get through. He's incredible at climbing. I gotta hand Ash's Pikachu that. I mean, come on now. That little boy can climb. Because he goes up the net into the little basket of the air balloon. The kids somehow get out at this point. I don't remember seeing a scene where they escape their net, but they do it somehow. Maybe they chewed out too. Or maybe they just don't they have their Pokeballs on them? Don't they own other Pokemon? They could have them. Anyway.
They just like take it off of them.
Yeah, it wasn't very tough. And they decide, oh, I got a great idea. The kids do. Or the twerps, as Geese calls them. I guess it does work. But they pull out their net, and they're going to use that as a landing platform for all the Pikachu who are going to jump out of their net. And Pikachu, he's up inside the little basket, and Geese, he's standing there, and as all the other Pikachu are escaping, Team Rocket says, well, at least we can still steal. I can't believe the amount of times I am put in the position where I have to say the words still steal one after another, Geese, because every time Team Rocket wants to do something, I have to say still steal. And that is one of the hardest things in the world to say. I have to sit there and really think about it. Still steal. Oh my God. Geese, they try to grab Ash's Pikachu, but he jumps out of the way at the very last second, and then they hit their heads on a little valve, and the valve falls off and pumps the air balloon with way too much air, and then Pikachu climbs up onto the air balloon, bites it some more, and they blast off again, Geese. Oh my goodness. He jumps into Ash's arms, Geese, and it's a sweet, cute moment. And then, Geese, what do all of the Pikachu do? That's right, Geese, they do a hip, hip, hooray, Pikachu, or something along those lines. And Ash starts to get sad, thinking, oh, he's going to be so much happier with his Pikachus. And he starts to walk away. He tells Brock and Misty that he's going to leave Pikachu here. And that's when Pikachu runs up to him, and Pikachu's super happy. He's smiling. And what does Ash say to Pikachu, Geese?
Is this before or after the montage?
Before the montage.
Doesn't Ash say that he knows Pikachu would be happier in the forest?
Yeah. And he says he's going to leave him here, and he starts to walk away. And Pikachu chases after him, but then he stops and cries. And Ash starts running away, sprinting away from Pikachu, and he's crying too. And then, Geese, oh, I feel so bad for you because I know there's no way you got this. We get a montage, but in Japanese, we get this beautiful ballad. And I was
we also get a ballad.
Oh, what ballad do you get?
It sounds like Billy Joel. Here,
pardon me, Geese? Billy Joel what?
Here, I sent you the link to the English episode. If you started around 1610, you can get a taste of it.
Oh, I should have screen captured the Japanese song for you. You said 1610?
Oh wait, 1620.
Oh my God, this is such a little kid show in English. Oh, it's so serious in Japanese. Now 1610's good because you still get to hear the music build up.
I was cracking up during this.
I close my eyes. Oh, I can't find. Okay.
It sounds like the English translators or whatever just like recently watched Hercules.
Maybe. In Japanese, it's a really sweet ballad, and it's a catchy ballad because you keep going, Ayasumi. That means good night. Do they say good night a lot in the English song or no?
No, it's mainly I close my eyes.
Oh, okay. In Japanese,
the time has come. It's best I know it.
In Japanese, they just keep saying, "Oh Yasumi," meaning good night. Oh my God. But yeah, we see a really long montage of everything that had happened in the series up until then, of all the wonderful moments Ash and Pikachu have had together. Ash stops to catch his breath after running for so long. Brock and Misty show up. They catch up to Ash. He keeps trying to convince himself and them that Pikachu's gonna be happier with all these other Pikachu. But then, Geese, what happens as the sun rises?
As the moon rises, we see
the moon.
It's at night.
No, it was the middle of the night. Now it's daytime. It's like 6 a.m.
That's the moon.
Nah, that's the sun.
That's the moon. We see Pikachu Prime.
Thanks, Geese. He appears majestically, Geese. Oh my god, as the sun rises, and all the other Pikachu run up behind him, and baby Pikachu gives Pikachu Prime one final tail shake, and the hip hip hoorays come again. All the excitement, and Geese, all the Pikachu, they're saying that they want Ash to be happy with Pikachu and that they belong together. And Pikachu comes running to Ash and he jumps in his arms and they hug and Ash is crying. And that is how the episode ends, Geese. And then in Japanese, we get a new outro. I say new. I don't know how often they changed it, but I've now watched 2 episodes of the original series in Japanese. And this outro is definitely different. In this outro, we have a mother and a daughter singing to one another. The daughter is going on about how she just wishes she could grow up and be an adult. And the mother's saying, oh, well, I wish I could be a kid again. And they're singing back and forth and they talk about Pikachu. It's really sweet. Very cute. No stingers, but way better in Japanese. Like every episode, unfortunately for Geese.
Time for some questions so that Guyera and I can get to know each other better and grow as friends and colleagues. Guyera, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
My favorite Thanksgiving dish. Oh, mashed potatoes, probably. Really good mashed potatoes and some tasty rolls. I'm actually going to cheat a little bit and include stuff that maybe would be eaten at other holidays like Christmas. Because, sometimes around Christmas, people will have a Thanksgiving adjacent meal. Maybe they're more likely to have ham than turkey, but a lot of the same dishes come up. Now, Geese, you know this about me. I can't cook for beans, but for a while, every year, I would make ambrosia salad because of Edward Scissorhands. Geese, don't give me that face. Ambrosia salad's delicious.
Oh my god, because of Edward Scissorhands?
Yeah, because it looked tasty in that movie.
Oh my god.
What?
That's such a you thing to do.
I don't understand what you mean.
Just imagining little Guyera in his Hot Topic Edward Scissorhands hoodie.
What? No.
Salad.
No. I am not Tom. I was not wearing a Hot Topic.
My sister had a Hot Topic Edward Scissorhands hoodie.
And I did not. I had my Donnie Darko long sleeve with the 28. What do you like? What's wrong with Donnie Darko? What? It's cool. It has the time written on the sleeve until the world ends or he's dead or whatever. It's a sick long sleeve. I still wear that one. Doesn't say Donnie Darko anywhere on it. It just has the hours. It's like 12 days, 48 minutes, something. 16, 4, 8, 12. 15, 16, 23, 42.
Sorry, what were you talking about? Dishes that you would have? So is it just ambrosia salad or?
Yeah, that's all I would make. Well, I'd help with the mashed potatoes. I'd peel the potatoes and mash them up, pour in some milk, some butter. I personally like the skins of potatoes, and I like them in my mashed potatoes, but other people don't, so got to get rid of the skins.
No.
But ambrosia salad's super delicious. That's got some tasty marshmallows and some whipped cream, and you put cherries in there and bananas. Oh my god, so good. Yum, yum, yum.
Do y'all make sweet potato casserole?
In the past, I believe that has been made, yes. Now, am I the biggest sweet potato fan in the world? Not in the slightest. Do I wish they would just change the name of it so I could look at it objectively? Yes, because potatoes are the greatest thing on this planet. But sweet potatoes, I don't get what everybody else is getting out of them. Like, people who prefer sweet potato fries to French fries, out of their mind. I don't understand it at all. Gross.
Now, we are kindred spirits in the fact that we like to mix up all our food together. And I don't think anything beats mixing up all of your Thanksgiving leftovers all together. So good.
Yeah, open up your roll, put your turkey in there, your mashed tates, the gravy, the cranberry sauce. Yum, yum, yum.
What kind of gravy do you prefer? Like the light or like dark gravy?
For Thanksgiving, you want that light brown gravy. In Texas, you get a lot of the country gravy, the white gravy, for like biscuits or steak fingers. But for Thanksgiving, you got to go brown gravy for turkey and mashed potatoes.
I agree.
Geese agrees.
My favorite Thanksgiving dish is probably sweet potato casserole. Though, honestly, my favorite like Thanksgiving dish is all of the Thanksgiving Day foods mixed into one thing.
Yes. And then for dessert, you
Oh,
got to get your pumpkin pie. Very tasty. Everybody I know adores pecan pie, but I'm not a pecan pie kind of guy. I don't like it.
I have a controversial question for you guys. Do you like cranberry sauce?
Yeah, it's good.
Do you like the kind where it's like loose, or do you like the kind that comes from the can?
They're both fine. It's pretty rare for me to get some that's not from the can. I mean, cranberry sauce, it's like a unique little treat because that's the only time I'm ever eating it is on Thanksgiving or in a Thanksgiving poutine in Canada or the Thanksgiving sandwich at Earl of Sandwich. So it's, what's the word I'm looking for, Geese? It means it's something you only eat at a certain time. So it's like not delicacy. What is the word, Geese, I'm looking for? Help me. No, I hate that my
I
entire
don't
life is
know.
not knowing a word and asking people, and they also don't know the word, even though I know they know. So that just means I'm doing a bad job of explaining it.
Do you watch the Thanksgiving Day parade or the dog show?
I do not. But I'm going to be devastated until we think of this word. It is it
Tradition?
no, it's something you only get to experience really every once in a while. So it is
Delicacy?
no, it's not delicacy. It means a unique thing. There's a noun I'm looking for. It is I just got to Google it. Unique synonym. Special, distinctive.
Rare case?
No. Synonym. Only eat once in a while.
Exceptional?
No. It's a noun. Once you hear it, you're going to go, oh, yeah.
Novelty?
Yes. We'll go with novelty. I'm not 100% that's the word, but even if it's not, that word works really well. So yeah, it is a novelty to eat cranberry sauce because it's so rare. So even if I would never like go out of my way to order that, it's a fun thing to eat on Thanksgiving. What's the next question Geese has on the list of Thanksgiving list?
Well, you never really answered the question of whether you watched the Thanksgiving Day parade or the dog show.
I answered it. I said no.
I always live tweet the dog show. And I've been right the past 3 years about which dog would win.
A dog show like the kind of thing that movie Best in Show is about?
Yes.
They do that on Thanksgiving?
Yes. They show it after the parade.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Purina Dog Show, the Philadelphia Dog Show.
The Philadelphia. Don't they normally have a big sports game on Thanksgiving, like football or something?
Usually?
Usually.
No, isn't that the Orange Cup? Orange Bowl?
The Rose Bowl? Pasadena?
I think the Orange Bowl is Thanksgiving.
Come to us for sports talk. Actually, my
Why
family's
you-
super.
No, keep going.
My family's super into sports. So over the past, I don't know however many years, like 5 years or something, I actually do get excited watching baseball with them, which that was never the case before, but it's a fun bonding thing. And we went to a baseball game last time I visited in June, and that was fun. Geese, what was your question?
Why don't you ask me a question?
Hold on, let me click the doc so I can see the question.
You can also just think of a question.
What? Think of a question. What do I like? Come on, God, I got enough on my plate. Got to think of a question. There's some funny questions in here, Geese. Geese, what is your greatest fear? Merry Thanksgiving.
My greatest fear is dying.
Isn't that funny, I guess?
Though lobsters also really scare me.
Uh-oh. So you don't even eat lobsters?
I don't like lobster. I don't like crabs.
Okay. Here's how I feel about all these little crustaceans. Alls I know is when you go to the big fancy buffets in Las Vegas, and they cost a lot of money, you've got a line of so many people trying to get the crab legs. And because of that, I thought, okay, I gotta see what this is all about. And I tried it, and they're pretty good. They're all right. I mean, the main reason people buy it is because stock up on them is because they're so expensive. They feel like they're really getting their money's worth of the buffet. Even if there are dishes that taste better, it's still a novelty. Ooh, I'm going to use that one a lot now that I know the word. It's a novelty to be able to eat a ton of crab legs, and you're not paying for them individually. So they're all right. But I don't make it a habit of eating crab or lobster. I like shrimp. I like some sushi, but a lot of fish and such not into. Don't like squid or Octopus.
Have you been catching up on this news about the billions of snow crabs that have gone missing?
What do you mean gone missing?
Well,
Nobody's heard from their jobs or their landlords?
well, they haven't really gone missing. They've just been like overfished to destruction.
Mhm.
That their population has crashed, and for the first time in a really long time, the snow crab season has been canceled. Don't even get me started on fishing policies in the United States. I'll go off.
All right.
I wrote many papers about it.
You love writing papers.
I hate writing papers. I've just taken a lot of eccentric classes in college. Ooh, what's your favorite like Thanksgiving TV special or movie?
I was gonna say like one of those Peanuts one, but most of those there's a Thanksgiving one. I was thinking of the Great Pumpkin, but again, that's Halloween, which is appropriate for October 18th. But no, they have a Thanksgiving special, don't they? Of Peanuts?
I don't know.
They do. They must. They please do. Please say yes. Yeah, there's got to be a turkey or something. What are the big Thanksgiving media franchises?
I mean, I always like the Thanksgiving episodes of Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
I love Bob's Burgers. Oh my gosh,
I can't
that's what
speak
we
for
should
them.
have done. Should have watched a Bob's Burgers Thanksgiving episode.
For Pokemon?
We don't have to do Pokemon.
The old bait and switch, 19 episodes in, she pulls the rug from under me. She gets me to say
stated
yes
from
with
the
Pokemon.
very beginning that we don't have to do Pokemon and that we're just doing Pokemon now. I stated that from the very beginning.
Such a ruse. Yes, Geese, next question.
Oh my god.
This is your segment of the show, Geese. Questions with Geese.
The whole point of this segment is that we get to know each other better, so you can also ask questions.
You tell me what you want me to ask you, and I'll ask you.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
To be honest, I just kind of want to talk more about this fight you witnessed at McDonald's.
Oh, Geese, it was incredible. You should have heard the screams. Oh my god. I couldn't believe it because I heard the screaming at first, but I didn't know it was going to escalate. And boy, howdy, am I lucky that I got to hang around for this because I was this close, Geese, because I forgot my second phone to get double deals at Dongles. So instead, I had to stand there and wait for 15 minutes for my next deal to unlock. So there was a period there I was like, well, let me just leave Dongles and come back later. But instead, Geese, I stood by the trash cans waiting for my 15 minutes. And that's when I see, Geese, these two 80-year-old women. They're across from each other, and there's a woman in between them. Now, the instigator, I feel, was the one with the purple sequined vest on. Because she was the one standing up and really throwing the coffee. I have no idea what they said to each other to cause this 85 Geese. Maybe this has been boiling for like 50 years, this argument. Like maybe
she sat in the other lady's like regular spot.
Could be. Or something far more heinous, like she stole her husband 50 years ago or something. I don't know. Oh, it was so good because you got all the other tables of old Korean men starting to yell at them to try to calm them down. Oh, God, it was something else, Geese. I've never seen anything like it. Like, I've seen plenty of fights and plenty of like... Do you remember, Geese, when I told you that I'm always going to Dongles because it's way safer than the Jack in the Box because the Jack in the Box is full of criminals who threaten people's lives?
Yes.
I was so upset because, Geese, what happens the second? I'm like, oh, Jack in the Box has this new pumpkin shake. Let me go and try it. What happens immediately? I walk in there. We got people threatening people. Homeless people won't stop bothering me. Immediately when I sit down and I went, oh, it's not worth it at all. Why did I come in here? But sounds like McDonald's isn't any safer with the coming to blows, grabbing each other and throwing the coffee. And when the McDonald's manager came out, he was like, you guys all got to get out of here. I don't know. I think mainly Purple Vest was the instigator. She's probably the one that needs to leave. But they were like, we're not going to let you sit around here for hours anymore. The whole group, everybody gets in trouble. There's no way they're going to enforce it, Geese. Let me tell you, Clambos, a little something about Los Angeles. Whenever I see like something on YouTube of like police doing something, like police bothering somebody who's not hurting anybody, I just think to myself, I cannot fathom living in a place where the police will actually show up to something. Because the only way you're going to get police to show up in this city is if there's at least a double homicide. They don't care about stealing at all. If you go into jail for stealing, they immediately let you out for like COVID reasons. I don't know if that's changed at all, but like people like trespassing or doing stuff, they don't care at all. Skaters, they don't care at all. Like police are never going to show up for anything. So it's just weird to me that there are smaller communities where police have nothing to do and they will actually show up. So there's no way anything's going to happen to these old people. They're going to keep coming back. It's never going to be enforced. And they'll continue their fight club every week, I guess. There was so much coffee everywhere.
God. I think this is really a tale of the real true loss of public spaces in American cities.
It's a good point, Geese. Because everywhere you go, you're immediately told to get out. You better spend your money. That's what Starbucks tried to do. Like the founder of Starbucks says he created Starbucks to be the third place outside of work and home. Starbucks is pretty good about that, not bothering you. Buy your little coffee, get on your little computer, your little laptop, type in all your stuff of the Five Guys burgers were good and it was clean and they were nice to me. Thank you.
So is Starbucks where you do all your Five Guys surveys?
Yes.
Oh my God.
What? What's the problem?
Nothing. Have you ever been to an LA library?
Of course. I just went to the library a couple days ago to drop off that copy of Oryx and Crick. Ugh.
Sick. I recently read
What? Huh?
I recently read a paper about the LA library.
What about
and their fundraising strategy?
What's their fundraising strat?
I just want to go on.
Sounds enthralling.
I'm in this library management class, so I just have to read about library management a lot.
So sick.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the episode.
And next week's Christmas. I bet you're excited. Get your presents. Next week's Christmas. We're going to watch a Christmas episode, probably with Delibird, so it won't be original series. So it's going to be very hard for me to find in Japanese, but we'll see. Actually, no, there's Christmas episodes in the original with like Jinx. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Clambos, thank you for listening to the Thanksgiving special. I hope we got you all in the Thanksgiving spirit. Yes, eat your turkeys. Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum. You can find us on social media at looklistencast.com, where you can find the links to our Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Thank you to Keith Squared. Thank you to Keith Squared for our podcast artwork. You can find his Twitch streams at twitch.tv/Keith Squared.
Or Keith Sweared for his After Dark streams.
Thank you to all our supporters
on Anchor.fm. You can also support us. Go to looklistencast.com and you will see a link for Anchor FM and you can support us monthly. Please do. Sorry, Geese, I can't see your face, so I can't tell if you're doing this or this. I'm guessing you want me to. And shouts out to Professor Ticklebits for our website, looklistencast.com, and the boilerplate at the end of the episode.
We don't have any questions this week, so
we do. Please recommend this podcast to your friends and family members. And Geese may not know about contests, but we can ask the question from Elton John, which is, let me look at it one more time. It is, what's your favorite berry? That's kind of what he asked.
I like Pinap.
Did you ever make poffins in any Pokemon game? Did you ever play a game with poffins? No. She's shaking her head no, Clambos. So Geese is a big fan of the pineapple berry. Clambos, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I have never been big into the berries. Like in Sword and Shield, I grabbed some berries in a tree when they were shaken or something, because I know you need them for certain things, but I never got into like planting berries or...
You can plant berries?
Yeah, you plant berries in the loamy soil, and then you water them in Generation 3, and they sprout up in little berry bushes.
Don't even get me started on Soil Horizons. I'll go off. I wrote a paper about it.
Writing papers about everything. Thank you, Elton John, for the question. Yeah, Geese, I guess we can wrap it up because I really got to pee, I guess. We got to play Fortnite with the gamers.
Yep, time to Fortnite. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Pete. Thank you for listening to the Geese Pete Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company